Hey, I just wanted to introduce you to a little practice that I'm going to give you for healthy digestion. But before we get there, I just wanted to show you, I don't know how well it's going to come out on the video. Just wanted to show you the view out of my window at the moment. It's just a beautiful sky. Look at that. I don't think it's coming out very well, but it is absolutely stunning. A beautiful Christmas Eve sky. Wonderful, eh? I could just look at that all night. Okay, so anyway, so I'm going to give you a little bit of a practice now that's for healthy digestion, because I know that people tend to eat and drink quite a lot over this festive season. So obviously the best way to have healthy digestion is to not overindulge and to maintain moderation. But it is always helpful anyway to have these practices that help to maintain healthy digestion. We often think of exercise or physical practices as things that help to tone our muscles, things that help, the outside of our body. We don't very often maybe think so much about our internal organs. And this little practice is going to involve some forward folding, some side bends, some twists that just help to get everything moving, help to get your digestive system moving. I have to state, these are not practices to do when you're really full and you've just eaten. They're practices to do on an empty stomach, but maybe in the morning, before you eat. And they will just help to keep things healthy. Okay, so let's get started. So we're just going to start off by taking a moment to check in. We're going to do that in a standing position. Find a comfortable standing position for you, probably with your feet around hip distance apart. Take a moment to notice your feet in contact with the ground, with your mat, with the carpet, whatever surface is underneath you. Gently lengthen your spine without straining, without becoming rigid or trying too hard. Lengthen the back of your neck by drawing your chin inwards ever so slightly. Simply allow your arms to hang gently by your side and your shoulders to soften. And if you're comfortable closing your eyes, then doing so. This just helps to draw our focus, our awareness inwards. Otherwise, just soften your gaze and see if you can keep your gaze steady. We're just going to take a moment simply to notice our breath. Notice the sensation of breathing. And then just notice how you're feeling generally. Notice how you're feeling in your body. Any sensations that are drawing your attention. And notice what's happening in your mind. What thoughts are arising. Now you're feeling emotionally and energetically. Okay. So once more, drawing your attention to your breath, we're going to start with a very simple movement. We're going to breathe in and raise the arms up. And as we do so, we're going to see if we can lift from here. Rather than just lifting the arms from the shoulders here, see if we can really lift from the rib cage. But gently still, without straining, don't try too hard. And we're going to reach the fingertips for the ceiling as we do so. And then as we breathe out, we're going to slowly lower the arms back down by our side. Okay, so as we breathe in, raising the arms up, lifting from the rib cage. As we breathe out, slowly lowering your arms back down by your side. Do this at your own pace with your breath. Allow your breath to guide you. It might be different to my pace. Remember, lift from the rib cage as you breathe in. Nice and slow and steady. Okay, now we're going to take that into a side bend. What we're going to do again is focus on that lift from the rib cage. So as we go through, I'm going to talk about how we're going to use the breath to help us move, to help to guide us in our movements. So we're going to start with our arms by our side, just hanging loosely. Once more, standing tall, lengthening the spine, but without straining. As we breathe in, now we're going to raise one arm up overhead, lifting from the rib cage here. And then as we breathe out, we're going to lean in to a side bend. And then as we breathe in, coming back so that we are straight with the arm reaching up. And as we breathe out, lowering our arm back down by our side. And then the same on the other side. Breathing in, reaching up with the other arm, lifting from the rib cage here. And then as we breathe out, leaning into that side bend. Breathing in, coming straight again. And then as we exhale, slowly lowering the arm back down by our side. So again, just going at your pace. Breathing in, reaching up, breathing out, leaning into the side bend. As always, slow and steady. As always, you can close your eyes if that helps to keep your focus internal. Let's just do one more to each side. Good, and let's just take a pause for a moment. Try to keep your focus, try not to allow it to wander around, try to keep it on your breath. Okay, now we're going to come into a forward fold. So I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me more easily. Again, I've got my feet around hip distance apart. Standing tall, lengthening my spine without straining. Now, as I start to breathe in, I'm going to bring my arms out in front, reaching gently forwards and then up, again lifting from the ribcage. And then as I start to breathe out, I'm going to start to come into the forward fold. Now bend your knees as much as you need to, gently reaching forwards as you come down, bending your knees so that your tummy can come onto your thighs. That might mean that you bend your knees quite a lot. That's absolutely fine. Let your head hang, your neck relax. And we're just going to stay here for a couple of breaths. So keeping your lower body engaged to keep you steady, allowing your upper body to soften, to release. And then as you breathe in, start to lift your head, reach forwards, keep the knees bent. Coming up, reaching up, and then exhaling, breathing out, back into the forward fold once more. So we're just going to go up and down a few times in this way. So completely up to you how long you want to spend resting in the forward fold. Maybe you prefer to move continuously with each breath. Completely up to you. As you exhale and come into the forward fold, think about slowly drawing your tummy inwards, lightly engaging the abdominal muscles, drawing the tummy inwards. Remember, lift from the rib cage as you reach up. Let's do one more. And again, just taking a moment to stand, take a pause, keep your focus. Okay, so we're going to come down to the mat now for a couple more practices. Not many more, this is just a short practice. Okay, so now let's come to lay on our backs. We're going to bring the arms out at around shoulder level. I've got a wall here, so I can't bring this arm straight and stay in shot. So if you're able to bring your both arms out straight, then do so. Now we're going to bring our knees in towards our body so that our thighs are coming towards our tummy. And let's just briefly actually hug our knees in towards our body. You can lift the head and try to bring the nose between our knees or towards the space between our knees. And then keeping our knees in towards our body, bring our arms back out wide again around shoulder level. Now we're going to again move with the breath. So as we breathe out, we're going to lower our knees down towards the floor on the same side. Now it might not come anywhere near the floor. We want to try to keep both shoulders on the floor. So it might just be to around here even. Breathing out, bringing them down, breathing in, bringing them back to the center. Breathing out, lowering them to the other side. Breathing in, coming back to the center. Breathing out to the other side. Again, just move at your pace with your breath. Nice and slow and steady. And once more, you can close your eyes if that helps to keep your focus internal. Otherwise, soften your gaze and keep your gaze steady. Try not to let it wander around the ceiling. Apologies, you can hear my dogs barking downstairs. They will be chasing the cat. Now, as we bring the knees back to the center, I'm going to slowly lower the feet back down to the mat. As we feel them contact the mat, notice that sensation, and then Lift your bottom away from the floor, gently raising the pelvis up into bridge pose. Slowly then lower back down. Bring your knees in once more to your body, and as you breathe out, slowly lower the knees back down towards the floor. Together, inhaling as you come back to the center, and then slowly lowering your feet back down to the mat, lifting up into a gentle bridge, slowly lowering, bringing the knees in. As you breathe out, slowly lowering the knees down to the floor on the other side. Let's just repeat that a few times. Find a good position for your feet in bridge that feels comfortable for you, that feels steady and stable. If you want to hold in bridge for a few breaths, then do so. If you would like to hold the knees to the side while you take a few breaths, then you can do so. Whatever feels good. Let's now just slowly bring this practice to a close. So I'm going to go once more to the other side so that I feel balanced. So you can do the same. And then just taking a pause. So we're just going to do one last little practice. We're going to bring one leg straight and we're going to bring the other leg in towards us. So bending the knee and interlocking the fingers around the shin and just gently drawing the knee towards your shoulder. Now, if you need to, you could use a belt, a dressing gown belt or something similar just around your leg if that helps you. If you find it challenging to lock your fingers here like this around the shin, that's always an option. And then we're going to keep hold of the shin with the hand, the opposite side, and we're going to bring the other arm out again to around shoulder level. We're going to gently guide this knee over towards the floor on the opposite side. Now, it might not be anywhere near the floor. We want to try and keep this shoulder. So I've got my right knee, drawing that over my body. I'm trying to keep my right shoulder on the floor. Just going to hold it there for a few breaths. And then slowly release. And then we're just going to repeat that on the other side. So I'm going to draw the other knee in towards me again, interlocking the fingers around my shin and drawing the knee towards my shoulder. And then, again, once more, taking hold of the shin with the opposite hand, bringing the other arm out at around shoulder level and just gently drawing that knee over towards the floor on the opposite side, trying to keep the shoulder, both shoulders to the floor. Again, you might only be around here. That's absolutely fine. Just wherever feels comfortable for you. Just hold for a few breaths. And release. So we're just going to take a few moments now to either lay in Shavasana with the legs and the arms outstretched, or if you prefer, you might lay with the knees bent, resting together in constructive rest, or you might even lay on your side or on your front. We're not going to be laying for long. We're just going to take a few moments just to notice our breath. Notice how we're feeling now after our little short practice. So I hope you enjoyed that practice, and I hope you find it helpful for healthy digestion over this festive period. I hope that everybody has a wonderful Christmas, and take care. If you've enjoyed this video, then please give me a like, and if you haven't already, if you could subscribe to my channel, that would be greatly appreciated, and it will also mean that you can keep up to date with new videos that I'm releasing.